Hi, I'm going to show you a few things here, address a couple of issues that other customers that have purchased this item have a concern over. As you will probably guess, my table saw and your table saw, I don't care whether you had 1 in 1,000, not everybody's fence is going to be perfect. Now, in the past, I've had customers tell me that when they sharpen their blades, they're finding that it cuts on one side heavier than on the other. A lot of customers, you never have a complaint over at all. This particular jig right now is cut and is parallel and square to my fence. Now, this doesn't exactly mean that it's going to be parallel to your fence. Now, your fence can be off 5/10 thousandths, and you will definitely see it when you're cutting steel. So here is the simple solution and the quickest fix that I can show you. When you purchase your jig, you will notice that it comes with all of these pieces are stained. As an example, this is your pressure block. Now when you set your blade in, this goes on top of your blade, and this is just merely to apply the proper pressure. Now I want to show you the simplest, quickest fix to tie this jig into your table saw. In this kit you will see this block of wood that's unstained. Here's exactly what I want you to do before you ever go to sharpen your set of blades. Now, this thickness on this wood is equivalent to the pressure block plus the thickness of a normal planer blade. So here's exactly what you'll do. You will adjust down your blade. Now with your fence, what I want you to do is set this block of wood at your fence, and let me just grab my extension cord here, plug in my saw. And what I want you to do with your fence, take this block of wood and you are going to square up one side. Just like so. Now I want you to square up the other side using your fence. Just like so. Now, I want you to crank your arbor on your saw to 30 degrees. And all we're going to do is we're going to chamfer this little corner on all 4 sides. Just like this. Now zoom in here. You'll see what I've done is I have taken this block of wood that I've given you here. You have now run this through your fence to where this simple block of wood is parallel and square to your fence. When you lock down your fence, it's a done deal. Now here's how you tie my jig into your fence. Release this out. Now come in here closely. This is going to represent a planer blade in itself. That's 1.5 inches wide. This edge on the jig right here and this back edge is what's crucial to ensuring that you can sharpen a set of blades. This has to be square to your fence. So by taking this block of wood that you just did on your fence, clamping it into place, just like so, now we're going to tie the jig in on your fence, not mine, but your fence. We're going to tie all this together. And here's how you do that. Rotate this back up to a 90. So your saw is a perfect 90-degree square. We're going to raise the blade up. And now, make sure our surface is clean. We are going to put the wooden block right up against your square, and all we're going to do is skim cut the back corner of this jig. Lock my fence down, and we're going to take a skim cut. And as you can see, I still have a little bit of stain here. So we're going to take just a smidgen more, simple skim cut. And here you go. Now this jig is perfect to this table saw. And if you duplicate exactly what I have done here, it'll be perfect to your saw also. And that will eliminate, for the guys that are concerned that they're 5/10 thousandths out, this ties this jig into your fence. Now at this point in time, you might want to save this little piece. I particularly throw it away because your fence, when you lock it into place, is going to be the same way all the time. Now I want to show you something else that I found by accident. Now you old timers that are my age, you understand exactly what I'm actually talking about. For you young guys, by that I mean 50 and below, this says you'll have no concept. When I was younger, I'd say up into my 50s, I was nearsighted. I couldn't see shit without my glasses. Well, I was out here sharpening up a set of my blades and I left my bloody glasses in the house. And what I did, if you watch my first video, all of our planer blades are cut on a 45-degree angle. And by this, I mean they look just like this. This is on a 45 degrees. And at this point, our blades come up to a razor edge. Well, here's something I found by accident. I came out here, sharpened up a set of blades, didn't put on my bloody glasses, so when I rotated my arbor, I thought I was on 15 degrees. But in reality, I was only at 10 degrees. So my DeWalt uses 3 blades. So I went ahead, thinking in my mind that, yep, I was on 15 degrees. I was only on 10 degrees. So after I sharpened up a set of blades, I went into the house, put on my bloody reading glasses, and found, holy shit, what the hell did I do? What I did was the blades looked like this. let me do it a bit better picture. This is a normal blade. By arboring only 10 degrees, it put a simple, I call it a land surface, that's only 1/32 of an inch here, but it increased the thickness right at the cutting edge. Instead of the cutting edge coming to a perfect razor sharp edge, it increased the thickness here by approximately 1/32 of an inch. Well, when I put my glasses on, I seen it and said, oh, you dumbass, what the hell did you do? I decided to try it anyhow. Now, for those of you that have the DeWalt, you'll notice that as our blades get dull, you get this little chipping and fracturing that takes place in the blade. That was gone after I put this set of blades in, and by just increasing this thickness, it's only approximately 1/32 of an inch. It doubled the life of the blade. From when I would normally put on a new set, I got twice the amount of usage out of it. And the fracturing was gone. So all the customers that I get a chance to talk to on the phone, and I tell them, instead of rotating the arbor to 15, try it at 10 degrees, and I think they'll like the results. Customers are coming back saying, Steve, if that was the case, why hasn't the manufacturer done this? Plain and simple, you know, in our capitalistic society, time is money. To do this requires two separate setups. And the bottom line is, these big businesses today, they send all these blades out to China anyhow. So they're not going to go through two setups to make it better for the consumer. It's like ship it, gone, and you know, when they get dull, buy another set. But this is what I found. So instead of rotating your arbor per my first video to 15, try rotating it only to 10 degrees, because I think you'll like the results. Now I want to address another concern. As soon as I find that disc, oh, here it is over here. When you've used these discs up and you need to replace the sandpaper, I've had customers call and ask, Steve, how do you get this sandpaper off of this disc? And I'll be the first one to tell you that when this sandpaper is applied to this disc, it sticks like shit to a blanket. It is a pain in the ass to try and get it off, no doubt about it. But the simple cure for this is when you want to remove this sandpaper, take a look over here. What I have done. I got this metal tin here that I took from my wife that she had cookies in. If you put on the inside, lay the sandpaper side down, and then any type of lacquer thinner, gasoline, paint thinner, mineral spirits, anything at all will work well. Put it upside down and submerge it and let it soak for about a half an hour. And then when you go to peel it off, as you can see, it peels off like butter. So all you have to do then is you'll still have a little bit of glue on here. Just dip a rag in it and it washes off clean as a button. And then you can put on another sheet. But if you try and peel this paper off, it's game over. It takes forever. So that's a simple way to answer that question. Now, other customers have said, and I want to stress to you on this. First of all, on this video, I'm probably going to get 100 guys saying to me, you know, you really should have your bloody safety glasses on, and it's easy for those guys to say that are young guys, but at my age, to be honest with you, I perfectly don't give a shit. I'm too bloody old to change. And they'll comment that this device is extremely dangerous because as I'm feeding this through with a blade in it, it could throw. Now, any of you guys that have used a table saw will know one thing. A table saw will throw its jig back or its piece of wood if it binds the blade. Now, in the design on this front angle on this jig is cut at 20-degree angle. The maximum you will ever rotate the arbor is 15. So this actual angle on this jig is back cut, so you can never bind it. Now, the thing that's great about this jig is you can feed it through in the front version, or you can come around to the back side and feed it in this direction for the guys that are scared that it's going to throw the piece out of the jig. It will not, by design, throw because it can never bind the blade. So the guys that are insistent, I say come around to the back side and feed it through. You'll get the exact same results. And that way, in their mind, if it does throw, it's going to throw it away from the operator. Now, these are issues that I'm addressing that so many customers have commented on. The only thing I can say to you on that is that I have sharpened so many blades, and by design, this will not bind on you. You don't have a problem with it throwing, but for those that are still scared, feed it from the backside. Simple solution. This, on the 10-degree angle, I come across that honestly by accident. If I wasn't so bloody blind as I'm getting older, I'd have never found this. But this part works really well. And before you guys sharpen up a set, these will come. This extra block of wood will come with every jig. I recommend go ahead and tie my jig into your fence. And that way, from day one, you'll have perfect results. That's about it. Thanks for watching.